Hello all my fellow godlies and Warframe enthusiasts around the world. I am Vance from the ever popular web series of Warframe God Builds, and this is Warframe EMPYREAN. The wait is finally over, all at long last. The content drought is completely done. It was a little bit over with the Kuvalich system, but now it's just done. It's just completely through. We have so much content to explore now, and the worst part about it is that not a lot of it is barely functional. I mean, I caught all the bugs in the recent gameplay footage that I was recording. We got black screens, we got Sentinel duplicates, Warframe duplicates, Tenno running out in space with no weapons, no Arcwing. We got system crashes. I had screenshots that I shared in Discord, but I didn't figure that it would be important to share it here because I feel as though those issues will be addressed before you even see this video, because I'm recording this video now, but by the time it gets up on YouTube, there's bound to be some hotfix that updates this thing. I mean, we've already got several hotfixes, and it just didn't address all of the issues that are swelling up within this game. So my commentary on this is going to reflect a flawed prototype, and I'm gonna say this to Digital Extremes. Every other game that does some type of monthly update has a test server. It would really be nice if you guys did a test server so that you could squash these bugs before you ship out a mainline update to our hands that's super flawed. And another thing, that Kuva bundle with all the armor in it, but the Requiem relics and the colors and stuff like that, it is not necessary for you to have the armor be bundle exclusive. That is one of the shittiest ideas I've seen you guys do, and I think I speak for pretty much all of the community when I say sell the armor separately, you bunch of freaking assholes. I feel that way with a few other things too. I feel like the skins for the Railjacks, well, they might be worth 200 platinum if for the fact that the colors weren't so atrocious. They behave really weird. You're gonna see exactly what I'm talking about when you go to customize your own Railjack and you edit the skin. There's just a lot of different things going on right now. Even the resource gain. Oh my god. So all the different components that you use to upgrade your ship, like the avionics, the armaments, all the things that you can get from your clan, they're going to be lower tier than the things that you actually get out on the mission. So how this works is you're going to need to repair those things that you find in mission, and they require way too many resources to repair. It is ridiculous. It feels like they're trying to push the fast repair drones. It feels like they're money grubbing at this point. Here's the two different things that they could do. They could either A, buff the amount of resources that you get per mission. It's not a big buff. There's not a big buff needed, but I feel like if I need like 8,000 diodes, then I should probably get at least 1,000 per mission, or somewhere within the 900 range. The amount that I'm getting is so ridiculous. Plus, you have to deal with RNG while you're in mission. And while you're in mission, your ship will take shots, and your hull will get breached, and the Omni tool, it uses Revelite and all this other stuff to repair the inside of your ship, and so you're actually burning through those same resources that you need to upgrade the ship with. You're using them in your ship, And for the longest time, I didn't know, and neither did my engineer. We did not know that we could refine that loot. That way it would come back to us at the end of the mission. That way if we had a surplus, if we were in good shape, we would get all those resources. But I mean, we were still in those missions where we're challenged and we're very, very close to failing. We don't get a lot of resources, and it's the shittiest thing. They should make those resources like the resources that you burn through in order to keep your ship afloat. They should be different from the ones that you use to repair the ship segments, or something's got to be done. This system has to be balanced out a lot more than what it is, because repairing ship components is just a hassle. It's ridiculous. I've been farming since the moment that this update released, and I haven't gotten a whole lot of sleep in between then. I mean, literally been doing this for 2 days straight now, just to get you guys this quality content video out, and I gotta say, it's just not balanced. It's really, really not balanced. It needs to be looked at. It needs to be addressed. Maybe make it so the Omni tool is completely free and it doesn't use resources at all. That would be a good start. You know, something on that hand. I don't know. Maybe the Omni tool isn't even the problem. Maybe it's just the issue that we're not getting enough resources, or we're having to deal with RNG. It would be nice if specific enemies dropped specific resources. Like if you had an Outlander, you could destroy that, and that would get you all your titanium and your coppernicks. I don't know. We've got a bunch of new resources, and I hate that with Warframe. I hate when new resources are introduced to the game. It's like learning all 150 Pokemon in order. It's ridiculous. Then you got the next generation, and it's just like, that is literally the reason why I quit Pokemon. I quit Pokemon because I memorized like all 153 in order, like in their actual numbered order, and then they release like 100 more, and I'm like, you mean to tell me that I gotta memorize another 100 more? Nah, screw this, I quit. So at least with Warframe, they don't release like a cluster of new vocabulary. It's always like bits and pieces, but this is going to be a daunting prospect for new gamers to get into. And with Railjack being one of those things that's one of the most alluring systems in the game, you would think that you wouldn't make it so hard for new players to... Well, I mean, it goes hand in hand. I think that this update is actually welcoming to new players, because all you need to do is have an Arcwing in order to join someone's Railjack. But if you want to do in-game level stuff with Railjack, forget it. You don't have the builds, you don't have the Arcwing, it's a hassle. I have a few players that have been playing the Halo PC version with me, just waiting for Warframe EMPYREAN to come out, and these guys maybe spent years away from Warframe, or just never touched Warframe, and they're really intrigued by the prospect of Warframe, but it's not going to be fun for them to just jump right in, because they're not going to have builds, and they're not going to have a really good experience once we get to like in-game level content in the Railjack system, which I'm already doing Veil missions now. This update is just littered with bugs, and I'm hoping that there's going to be some hot fixes that come out that fix it even before I get this video uploaded. So just be aware of that. If it's still going on by the time you see this video, then oh my god, Digital Extremes needs to get to work, because they're gonna need to level up their engineering skills so that they can spend all day in the cabin patching these glitches and these bugs. It's bad. It's really bad. That's why I said that they need a test server. They just need a test server, because this is ridiculous. The amount of game-breaking stuff that's gone on. So in one instance, there was a host, and I was playing. I'm a rank 7 pilot, not too far away removed from rank 8 pilot. And even the intrinsic systems, man, that's just stupid. By the time you get to the rank 10 of anything, you're gonna have the entire map complete, and it's just, what's the point? I feel like Digital Extremes has a tendency to, they don't want players to be burnt out, but they force players to be burnt out by the grind. If you would make grind a little bit less punishing, make it so, like, especially with the Intrinsics, like, if I were to do the higher level rail missions and I were to get, like, I don't know, like 20 Intrinsics at a time, then I might not feel this way, but literally I just got, like, I think 6 Intrinsics from the last mission that I played, and I need 128 to get to rank 8, and it doubles every time. So you need 1, then you need 2, then you need 4, then you need 6, then you need 8, then you need 16, then you need 32, and then from 32, I think it goes up to 64. From 64 it goes up to 128. It just keeps doubling. So I shudder to imagine what it's going to require to get to rank 10, but I'm not getting a whole lot of intrinsics. I'm not getting a whole lot of resources so I can make my ship stronger. I had to buy some repair drones just to get better offense. Thank God there's a decent mod system in place that I can put into avionics, because now my ship is a little bit tankier. We got the Forge on cooldown. My guns do a crazy amount of damage. I'm doing Mark II cryo rounds at the front of my ship, and I've got Mark III APOC machine guns to the sides, and that is one of the best synergizing guns I've seen. So my cryo rounds will slow things down, and then my gunners on the side will land those shots more precise. So the thing about the APOC turrets is that they're rapid fire. So it's really, really hard to hit things from a distance because you have to kind of lead your shots with it. It's got a little bit of travel time. But with my cryo rounds, I hit them, I slow them down. If they get status affected by my cryo rounds, not only is it going to do a lot of damage because these are high damaging weapons, but it slows them down and makes it so my teammates can land shots a whole lot easier, and these things just shred the fighters like cheese. What I am seeing is that because the levels go up so high with Gunner, we don't have a whole lot of people who have access to the bottom gun in my ship. And I've yet to, out of all the missions that I've played with all the different people I've played with clanmates, I've played with randoms, I've played with recruits, I have not seen a single person use the guns on the bottom. No one has hopped into my guns and, you know, knocked anything out of commission. And there's a multitude of ways to deal with the capital ships. Right now the most effective way is just to use the slingshot, shoot your teammate out straight to the capital ship, board that son of a bitch, and then destroy it. So many people online want to hijack it, but what they don't realize is my guns do so much more damage than the capital ships will ever do. It's just more effective if you destroy the capital ships, get back on the railjack, and man the guns. Other people's railjacks might be a lot different because maybe they don't have the knowledge that I do, they don't have the know-how. This update did just release because maybe there's not a whole lot of people who are aware of Mark II cryo rounds in the front and Mark III APOC turrets in the side. Anything that you get Mark III is going to have to be from the Veil missions, and you have to be rank 7, and you also have to have someone with a decent ship that can take a brutal beating, have a good engineer on board, and do decent damage. Otherwise it's just not viable. So it's really a war of attrition if you come under leveled and you're not able to do a decent amount of damage, because they're going to keep knocking you down, they're going to keep blowing holes in your ship, and you're going to need to keep, you know, saving them. And it would probably not be an issue if your engineer's up to the task, but there's a lot of glitches that happen. Some people get locked in black screens. Sometimes the forge isn't working. Sometimes their Omni tool isn't working. There's a lot of things that prevent our crew from really saving the mission. Luckily enough, I've kind of pushed past all the bullshit. I've gotten right to the crazy stuff, and it's just a matter of time before these bugs are really worked out. I'm having a lot of fun with this. I've been really excited about this update, and I know I've said a lot of bad / negative things, but it is so much fun. This has changed the Warframe experience completely, and I'm gonna go right out on a limb and say that I have a lot of retarded friends who have uninstalled Warframe, or who just don't play Warframe anymore, that don't find this update interesting enough to come back to. What I need to say to these people, what I need to say to anyone watching this video is, come back to Warframe. You're very ignorant if you don't, because EMPYREAN is crazy. It makes everyone feel like they're important. You need a good pilot, you need 2 good gunners who can also board capital ships, destroy them. You definitely need an engineer. It's just everybody's job complements somebody else's job. You really feel like there's a team issue being pushed here. And I know so many raid players who love the raids are probably going to enjoy this, because for engineer, it's pretty much like puzzle solving. You just go into your railjack and you repair things like you're mining things out in free roam. For gunners, you're shooting stuff down, you're getting into the slingshot, you're going into space with your Arcwing, you might shoot stuff down like that, you might mark things, you might mark mods for your teammates to pick up, you're always boarding the capital ships and destroying them or hijacking them. This update is so... when glitches and bugs aren't killing it, this update is so crazy, so fun. The commentary that we recorded for this, some of these experiences were so wild. We were so hyped. We were so stressed out. I mean, those early phases, the earliest phases of your battle testing with Railjack are going to be the craziest. You're not going to know how to do it. You're going to be learning things. You're going to be struggling. You're going to be getting swarmed. The action is just going to be non-stop and intense from the moment that you start to the very end that you finish. It's never a dull moment. I can't say enough about this update. I can't praise it enough. This is hands down my most favorite update that's ever been implemented in the game, and that is a deep under-exaggeration. Y'all are sleeping on this update. Anyone who has left Warframe and has not returned is some kind of special education moron, because this update is crazy. I just can't. 10 out of 10. Actually, screw that. 20 out of 10. I've had a blast with this. This is going to keep me busy. Even after I'm done farming things, I'm probably just going to be playing it just for the thrill of flying around and shooting things. I've wanted Star Fox-like gameplay since they released Arcwing years back, and now I finally got it. And it's wonderful. And I haven't even spec'd for my other trees yet. I haven't tried to be an engineer. I haven't tried to be a gunner. All I'm doing is being a pilot. So I can only imagine what it's going to be like when I go back through the game after I've completely leveled up my pilot intrinsics, and I go to try to level up my engineer and my gunner and my tactician. Not to mention the fact that we're getting commando or command here pretty soon, which is going to allow you to hire an NPC crew. That's going to be wild. And then on top of that, there's another update that's going to give us the sentient arm cannons. There's an image that was leaked that shows someone who had unlocked a ribbon for a gun that hasn't come out yet. And that's the sentient arm cannon, so it's not in the game yet, but that lets us know that it's soon. It's just around the corner. I mean, this update launched stating that this is only the beginning, and there's more war to be had. As it is right now, we have 3 different sectors that we can explore, and you just gotta we have to know that there's going to be more to that. We're going to get more levels to explore. So, one more thing. Clans. If you are a part of an inactive clan, or alternatively, you have a smaller clan that doesn't have a whole lot of research complete or rooms decorated, we have a massive dojo with all of our research for any weapon ever complete. The pigments are almost done. Each room is nearly decorated. I mean, we're going to be releasing a trailer, I'm sure within the beginning of 2020, within the first quarter of 2020. And we're probably going to be doing a Warframe God Builds web series, which has its own unique Exidium storyline. We are looking for an alliance leader. We're looking for a social media ambassador. We are looking for a resource manager, a Discord server leader. There is so many different roles that I feel like a lot of people could fill. So if you are in the business of looking for a clan, or you want your smaller clan to be absorbed, even if you don't have a whole lot going on with your clan, perhaps you guys could be an alliance. We have our own alliance, and we're looking for another clan to lead that and recruit different clans to that, so that we always have people available for Railjack, Profit Taker, or Eidolon hunting. So if you like this video and you learned something from it, it always helps if you smash that like button. Do as I always encourage you to do. Share, comment, subscribe, like, do all that good stuff. And until next time, this has been Vance signing out. Peace.